know us to the extent that one can get to know a church over a 6-month period, which is about the commitment that Stephanie has outlined in this new member, this host program. And I guess the other thing I want to say before turning it over to Stephanie a little bit is that even in churches that think they're welcoming and think they're doing a good job of orienting folks, the truth is, like any organization, we have our lingo and our jargon, and we make assumptions about what people know. And I think one of the things I've learned over the years is I don't want to assume anything about anybody's knowledge. So when someone, even recently, we had someone ask about a Presbyterian women's circle, and they said something like, but I'm sure those are closed. And the answer is they're not closed. Or I had someone say to me, hey, I see these Bible studies advertised, but I'm not a Bible scholar. And apparently we hadn't communicated that you don't have to be a seminarian to come to a Bible study. You don't even have to have a Bible. We'll equip you with one. And so we want to make sure folks have their questions answered, a sense of place. So that's one thing I wanted to mention. The next one I just wanted to mention is that we all are of an age where we probably remember the show Cheers. And when Norm walks in and the whole bar goes, Norm, and there's that theme song where everybody knows your name. I mean, frankly, that's the goal of the host program. Maybe not everybody knows your name, but so that somebody's know your name. Because some older statistics, I don't know if they're still accurate, but some older statistics are that for every 6 weeks that someone is not part of something beyond worship, you cut in half the likelihood they're going to remain a member. People want to be known. And obviously we don't try and retain members just so we can say we're a 1,500 member church. We try and retain our members because we think that the community that gathers around Jesus makes a difference in our lives. And we want to make a difference in the lives of new members, as well as recognize that the Spirit's bringing something to us through them. So that being known is an important piece, especially the longer people aren't known by a community of faith. And then the last thing I just wanted to mention, Stephanie probably always cringes when I say it, but there's an art to this host outline that she's given, and the art is to follow up and connect to your new members faithfully, but without seeming like a stalker. And you'll figure that out as you go along. But we do want folks to know that you're there. But not every new member needs the same kind of support and connection. And part of the art of being a host is reading the room, so to speak. So Stephanie, did you want to take a couple of moments to talk about this outline you gave, or this description as you called it, and then we can take questions and observations?
Sure. Did everyone get this, first of all? I emailed it. Okay, awesome. The most important thing is Sunday is our actual class. And so we would like you to go ahead and join in the class at 2:00. And really the first hour of that class is nothing but introductions. And so all the new members, all the host families, the whole staff, or as much of the staff as we can get, the membership committee will all be on the call. And so everybody's going to have a script, which I will send to you, so that everybody's answering the same introductory questions. But it's a wonderful hour that I really enjoy, where you can really get to know a lot of people in a short amount of time. And so that will be the first time, well, not for you, for the Duggans, but actually not for the Snowas either, because you're a host, you're a new member also. So, but for a couple of the host families, it'll be the first time that they've ever met each other. And that's pretty typical for our membership classes, that the host and the new member don't know each other. So, so I will send you the Zoom link and also the script for that. And then the second most important thing is that next Wednesday at 7, and this is only if you guys need it. Since you guys know your new member, you might not need this, but we usually come back with the whole group for a little bit, and then we break everybody off into breakout rooms so that you actually have some time to get to know each other, just one-on-one. So if you'd like to do that, we can make that happen. But if you don't need that, you don't have to be a part of that. The other piece is that we give them a sharing your gifts in ministry form, where they are encouraged to basically check boxes of what they're interested in at DCPC. And it doesn't mean they want to be on a certain committee, but it does mean that they're interested in a certain Bible study or a certain faith formation class or singing in the chancel choir or something. So we're gonna, if we get those back, which I hope we do, we will give you their sharing your gifts in ministry form and hope that you will follow up with them and make sure that they get connected. And in the breakout sessions, we have some questions at the bottom where you can sort of lead the conversation and not interview them, of course. Interviewing and stalking are sort of the same thing. But it's just a way to get the conversation started to get to know each other better. And it's only about a 6-month commitment, but if you become friends, that's the ultimate goal. So hopefully it'll last much longer than 6 months. And that's about it for there.
Good.
Any questions?
Jean and Lynn, I should remember, because Lynn, Jean, I think you said on Sunday, it's a friend of yours that you're kind of hosting yeah.
Right.
And the Bynums are old friends of
Right.
ours.
This is great.
Look, you guys are already successful.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah, I've been recruiting her. She's just moved to the Pines in one of the new villas.
Okay.
And so my question is, for the Wednesday at 7 on the, I think it's the 28th,
Yes.
since we know her, do I ask her, does she want to do that? Or actually, how?
I'll ask her also. I'll ask her for you. I'll just say this is something we do. And if you guys probably talk to each other all the time anyway. So this might not be anything that's right. So this might not be helpful for you.
But if she wants to do it, we're good. We'll do it.
Okay.
I've got it on the calendar. Yeah.
I'll ask her for you.
The Bynums, we actually ended up being not only their host at the church, but the host at the Pines. So our concern is they're going to think we're stalking them. But no, we kind
You're
of
just their extra special friends.
right.
Yeah, this is the easiest group we've ever had.
Yeah.
Stephanie,
sorry?
Stephanie, the one thing I would say, even for when folks is at least as you try and help them get oriented to the church. And I realize that it's still pandemic, but things are easing and we're starting to come back. I think the one thing to think about, or maybe the easiest way to approach how to help them get connected to the church is, what do I wish someone had told me when I joined DCPC? Or what do I wish had happened is part of my getting to get connected to the church. And truth is, some people have better experiences than others. And so you may be operating from a positive one. Oh, I'm really glad that someone called me and invited me to a women's circle. Or you might also be working from something less positive. Boy, I wish somebody had called me to invite me to a women's circle, or doesn't have to be women. I don't have to pick on the circles. Yeah. So do ask yourself, what do you wish had happened, or what was helpful to you? Because sometimes that's just a great basic place to start in answering the question, how can I help people get connected through this process?
Well, and I might have a lot of questions for y'all or someone, because, we are new members. We just joined the last group, before the pandemic. So we've only did
this right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going into this with a little fear and trepidation, but I don't mind asking questions. So, and Grace knows that I might not know everything, but I can ask questions. I don't mind doing that.
Yeah, and that's a really important thing to know. I mean, just because we've helped you guys, not even helped, but just because we're blessing, this connection in the class, we're not going to leave you out there to high and dry. Like if your new member says, hey, what's up with the blank, or I want to do this, but I don't know what it is, and you don't know either, Stephanie's not going to stop taking your calls or not respond to your emails. We're not moving you from a prospect to a customer. We'll be supportive the whole way.
Stephanie probably thinks I have her on speed dial. So
it's fun. And did Grace tell you that we met for an hour on Zoom on Tuesday?
I knew you were going to, but I haven't talked to her since that.
She's a hoot.
Oh, she is.
She's fantastic.
And she has a lot of talents.
Yes, clearly.
Yeah, she does. She has a lot to offer.
Had you known her before?
Had I known her?
Had you all known her?
I've only known, we haven't lived here very long, and I've only known her for maybe 2-3 years.
Okay, okay.
Well, anything else we can do to be helpful to you all as you embark on this particular part of your journey of friendship with these folks? We don't want to keep you on longer tonight than you need to, but just want to make sure we've got you.
We'll probably think of questions after we sign off.
Yeah.
But we know where to find you.
Yeah,
No,
great.
we're looking forward to this,
Yeah.
and we look forward to being their hosts over a period of months.
Yes, we do too. And we will be on Sunday. We are going to be traveling, but we will be on Sunday from 2 to 3, like you had mentioned. the 2 to
Yes.
3.
Traveling, but not driving.
No, we won't be driving during that time. We're too old to risk that, we're not risking that. So, but we will be on. We don't know where exactly we'll be, but we'll be on.
That's awesome.
Good.
Thank
Good.
you.
Well, thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And we'll see you Sunday.
All right,
Great.
good night.
All right, thanks,
Thank you.
Peter.